Dear children, in the previous class, we had started discussing about the different types of diseases. We had already seen what are acute diseases and chronic diseases. Next, we are moving on to infectious diseases and non-infectious diseases. Infectious diseases or communicable diseases are the diseases which spread from an infected person to a healthy person through various agents like air, water, food, vectors, physical contact, or sexual contact. Example: common cold, chickenpox, mumps, measles, etc. Whereas non infectious diseases or non communicable diseases are those which are not spread from an infected person to a healthy person. For example, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, etc. Now, let us see the causes or the reasons behind these diseases. Diseases are caused by pathogens like virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoans, or worms. It might be due to poor health and undernourishment, that is, non availability of nutritious food, or the malfunctioning of body parts, which means certain body parts are not functioning properly. It also can be due to environmental pollution and even genetic disorders in some cases. As we already said, infectious diseases are spread by certain agents, and the pathogens which spread such diseases might be viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoans, and worms. Let us see some of the infectious agents and the diseases caused by them. We can see that there are different categories of infectious agents like virus, bacteria, fungi, etc. So, before we decide a treatment, we should know the category to which the infectious agent belongs to. Let us see why it is important. Why is it important to know the category of infectious agent? Different categories of infectious agents have different characteristics. And based on this characteristic, the treatment also varies. For example, viruses live inside a host cell, whereas bacteria rarely do. Viruses, bacteria, and fungi multiply very quickly, but worms multiply very slowly. As all their life processes are different, the drug that blocks one of the life processes of one category might not be effective against another category. This is the reason why antibiotics are not effective against viruses but is effective against bacteria. Antibiotics commonly block biochemical pathways important for bacteria. For example, the antibiotic penicillin blocks the building of cell wall in bacteria. As you know, cell wall protects the bacteria. So, penicillin will be effective against any bacteria that uses the same process for making cell wall. But viruses do not use any such pathways, and thus antibiotics do not work against viral infections. What are the different means of spread of infectious diseases? It can be spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food, etc. Common cold, tuberculosis, pneumonia are diseases which are spread through air. Cholera and amoebic dysentery are spread through water. And malaria, dengue, typhoid, tuberculosis, etc. are spread through vectors like mosquitoes and flies. Syphilis and AIDS are diseases which are spread through sexual contact. Though AIDS is a sexually transmitted disease, it can also be spread through blood transfusion and from the mother to her child through pregnancy and breastfeeding.